Hi, I'm Scott Wrighton. I serve as Decatur's city manager, and every week we bring you another installment, if you will, about what's going on with your Decatur city government. I'd like to talk a little bit today about the most recent city council meeting held on May 15th. The city council authorized our staff to proceed on what's called the reinstitution or starting again with the municipal aggregation program. Up until the end of 2021, the city had operated for several years a successful municipal aggregation program. And the way this works is that the city sort of serves as the intermediary to gather up lots of customers, our customers here in Decatur, and with that large bulk volume of power use, we get a cheaper rate. Because of the fluctuations in energy prices, because of how the federal government's energy and fiscal policies had created inflation. A lot of this was in disarray in 2021 and 2022, and some of those factors continue to this day. And we had the rare situation where the aggregation price that we had obtained through other suppliers of power was actually a higher price than the regular Ameren price. So in early 2022, the city tried to make it clear to everybody that don't use the aggregation program. We're going to discontinue the aggregation program because it's more expensive. Stay with Ameren. Or we also rolled out another alternative through Arcadia. The Arcadia option was more problematic. You had to opt into it, and it didn't provide as much benefit as the aggregation program had done in the past, but it was the best we were able to do in these volatile times. Well, now it appears that the pendulum has started to swing back the other way. And we believe that the municipal aggregation program can be launched again. You'll be hearing more about that in the media. It's nothing you have to do. You are allowed to opt out of it if you prefer. If you have made arrangements with some other provider that you think provides better power service or at a lesser cost, that's fine. It's your decision. But if you don't opt out, then the city will automatically put you into our aggregation program, which, if we do it at the right time, will allow you to have a lesser price than you've endured for the last year and a half at regular Ameren rates. One of the other series of decisions that the City Council made on May 15th had to do with the Brush College Road project. In fact, there were 6 separate items that they had to act on in order to move this major project, estimated to cost somewhere in the upper $70-some million in total cost once the project is done. The project is now scheduled for bidding for the 3rd time in mid-June, that's next month, when we will find out if we can find a contractor who's willing to do it for the price that the engineers and the state of Illinois have projected it to be at. We won't really know until the bid opening, but let me mention a few things about this project. What it means is that the intersection at Brush College and Ferries Parkway over on the east side, that road that goes eventually to the corporate building down by the lake for ADM, that intersection, where there are also 2 Class 1 railroads that meet at that intersection as well, is to be grade separated. But this first phase, expensive as it is begins about 1,000 feet north of the Brush College Ferries Parkway intersection and continues south to a point several hundred feet before it goes through that narrow tunnel that goes underneath the Norfolk Southern rail yard there. So many people consider that kind of a dangerous place to go under because the lanes are kind of narrow, and it seems like you've got trucks coming at you at the same time. So I regret to inform you that the replacement of that or going over it with a new bridge is not a part of the Brush College Ferries Parkway project. Just fixing the intersection at Brush College and Ferries Parkway with all that's involved in that is the first phase. Once we complete that, then we'll begin planning to figure out how do we then connect this new improvement to the south to get to William Street. Once the project begins, and if we award a bid based on the opening in June, that it's expected to start this fall, probably sometime after Labor Day. We won't have an exact timeline for that until a contractor is selected by the state and we're able to work with that contractor. But once it starts, it's probably a 2.5-year project. And during that time, there'll be a lot of disruption and detours. And to make things a little bit worse, the county will be awarding a contract as well for the replacement of the raised bridges over Lake Decatur. That doesn't that section is not on Brush College itself, but it's in that northeast quadrant of the city. So, so you can expect that those two projects, while will add a tremendous value to industrial access and additional capacity for industry and for new job creation in that part of the city, which is fantastic news for Decatur, it will create, at least in the short term, some major disruption. We'll give you more information as we get closer to that. Thanks for tuning into this video, and I look forward to giving you some more information about your city next time.